What's up everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Theory. This video is brought to you by my self-published book, Rain. It is a psychological thriller about a group of young adults in a psych ward who get this new counselor that's trying to understand their mental illnesses and trying to understand them. But then the counselor shortly learns that these kids might not be crazy and that this place is actually making them crazy, all the while trying to figure out what's going on with him and his psychological demons and his problems. If you would like more information about this book, be sure to hit the link in the description box below. Supporting me and buying these books actually helps me to run this channel. Here's something in the back, that's the air conditioner. Let's start. Today we're going to talk about the movie Interstellar. Interstellar is 2 hours and 49 minutes long. It's PG-13. It came out in 2014. It is sci-fi adventure, and you can watch this on Hulu. The plot: Earth's future, a global crop blight and second dust bowl are slowly rendering the planet uninhabitable. Professor Brand, played by Caine, a brilliant NASA physicist, is working on plans to save mankind by transporting Earth's population to a new home via a wormhole. But first, Brand must send former NASA pilot Cooper, played by McConaughey, and a team of researchers through the wormhole and across the galaxy to find out which of 3 planets could be mankind's new home. The director is Christopher Nolan. The cast is Matthew McConaughey as Cooper, Annehathaway as Brand, Jessica Chastain as Murph, and Michael Caine as Professor Brand. So first off, I want to say that this movie, even though it's 2 hours long and it is one of those NASA, outer space, out of the world, galaxy, astronaut movies, it didn't lag. Like, it didn't lag to a point like it was super long and I was like, alright, is it gonna be over yet? Like, it went at a pretty good pace. Of course, things probably could have been like cut out of the film, but overall I feel like it was still like pretty good. Next we have the visual effects. The visual effects were really good. There was like this out of the world kind of visual space-time continuum, and the loop scenes was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed like the view of the spaceship, especially when I'm gonna spoil the whole movie. McConaughey's character Cooper and I believe Anne Hathaway's character, and I think that's her name, they were in the ship and he was ejecting himself out to save her to go to the other planet. They showed a scene where Matt Damon's character would have blowed up in this spaceship, and I love the way the effects of that scene looked. And also it's important to note that I watched a interview with Christopher Nolan and he talked about how they built all this stuff. It's good, but when you learn that they did this stuff by scratch, like they designed these things, it makes it like 20 times better. And that is why this guy is amazing. So I love the scene where Cooper he was stuck in this like space time continuum or something, and he was seeing his daughter, and the scene where he left his daughter and she was in the room and he was like, you know, I'm leaving, I'm going to do this, and he was yelling like, no, don't let me go, don't let me go. And like, I love the way the books looked and how everything looked behind him. It was kind of like, I don't know if it was books behind him or it was just like a layer of wood behind him, but the visuals of that was just really good, and his emotion was strong. Like, you could tell that he really loved his kids and that these were his kids. Like, and like the intensity of his emotions got me every time, especially when he was in the ship and he came back and it had been like 23 years later, I believe, in like the 23 years later in like the natural world, and his kids were like grown adults and he was just crying, and I was like, damn, that's rough. I mean, you have to think about astronauts too, like who go up here, these people who risk their lives basically, and how brave that is and how amazing that is. And like, it just gives so many kudos and so much respect to people who go out and do these things. It's incredible. Overall, what I really loved about this film is that it was always about family and love at the end of the day. Like, yes, they went out, they was doing this mission and they were saving the world ultimately, but he did this originally to save his family, and he loved his family. He wanted to get back to them. He kept talking about, I'm coming back, I'm gonna get back to them. Everything centered around love and family, and It was great. Like I said, the acting was great. Another actor that did really good in here was Michael Caine. And I love him in everything he plays. He reminds me of Morgan Freeman, where he kind of plays himself. And I don't think I've ever seen this guy besides how he looks now, and he plays himself playing another character, playing himself. Lastly, this movie definitely had a lot of scientific aspects to it and a lot of scientific facts to it. This movie is said to be one of the most accurate sci-fi films. I think that's one of the main reasons why people liked it a lot. Also, not like it's a good movie, but also when it's real, people love it even more. And I believe Christopher Nolan said, instead of wondering like, is this real? Is wormholes real? Can this happen? Can that happen? He wanted to leave everything up to speculation. And I did watch an interview about wormholes where this one scientist guy talked about wormholes is underneath some sort of space or something. I don't know, I'm not a scientist. I did think it was very fascinating though. Anyway, I recommend this movie. I liked it. It was entertaining. It was interesting. You can just sit back, chill, and watch this with some popcorn and just enjoy the movie for what it is. So yeah. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below and let me know, what would you do if you were asked to travel to another planet? Would you do it for the lives of your children or your family if you have those? Or for the livelihood of yourself? Would you do it? Comment below and let me know. Also, be sure to hit me up at fictiontreviews12@gmail.com so you get attached to my email list and notification bell for future video updates. Yeah.